November is one of the most dangerous times on the road with the start of the holiday season, work parties, and family get-togethers. Police say alcohol and drug use means more crashes. Baovang shares how an Anoka County family's holidays will never be the same, all because of one drunk driver.
The Calistro family enjoys spending holidays together, and Easter of 2009 was no different. Michael Calistro and his wife of nearly 40 years, Carol, and their daughter's family were over at his oldest daughter's home to celebrate.
My mom had said that night before she left, this was the best Easter ever.
It would also be the last Easter Sunday they would spend together.
The phone rang then, and it was my sister, and she didn't say anything, and I just dropped the phone and got in my car. I knew something was wrong.
Gina followed the familiar sound of a blaring car horn, one that she would soon find out belonged to her mom's car. There on Lexington Avenue between 35W and 242 in Blaine, she came across this.
When I first approached it, I thought my entire family had been affected by this accident because my sister was parked there, my mom and dad's car was there, and this truck was there. It was a scene I'll never forget.
The couple was hit head-on by a wrong-way driver.
My dad held her airway open until the paramedics got there because he knew, having that medical background and that emergency response background, that if he didn't hold her airway open, she would have died on the scene.
Michael Calistro's quick thinking was a result of years serving in the military, then as an officer on the Minneapolis Police Department for 30 years. They were taken to the hospital, but not before her dad used his cop's intuition to give responding officers clues as to what may have caused the crash.
He had asked the Blaine police officers in a very stern Italian fashion to take that man to the hospital to get a blood alcohol test.
Repeat offender 48-year-old Robert DeMuth was found with a .35 BAC, more than 4 times the legal limit. Carol Calistro slowly recovered from her injuries and was moved to a rehab center. And Gina's dad seemed to be okay at first.
He got to the hospital without serious injuries, but acquired acute respiratory distress syndrome. Okay. So he was on life support for a couple of weeks twice.
But he did get better.
He was very much planning for the future. He was going to have a pasta dinner for all the police officers that had helped that dinner. He loves to cook.
Then, a few days before his scheduled release, things took a turn for the worse.
He ended up getting hospital-acquired pneumonia from laying down for 62 days, and so and there was nothing they could do at that point.
Michael Calistro died as a result of injuries he suffered in that drunk driving crash. His funeral services had full military and law enforcement honors. Hundreds paid their respects, but there was never an apology from the man whose poor decision took the life of Michael Calistro. Robert DeMuth, a repeat DUI offender, was convicted with criminal vehicular homicide. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
I try every holiday religiously on my Facebook page to put the picture of my parents' accident to remind folks to plan ahead.
Coon Rapids Police also want to send a message this holiday season.
We're not saying, once again, don't go out and have a good time. Just be responsible with your choices on how you're going to get home.
Officers received a grant from the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration to saturate major roadways the week of Thanksgiving, a statistically busy time for drunk and drugged driving.
Usually the beginning of a long weekend. Usually people have 4 days off, so it doesn't, and it's the middle of the week, so typically they start to celebrate.
Since Easter of 2009, holiday celebrations have not been the same for the Calistros. And Gina hopes things have changed for Robert DeMuth, too.
If I could say anything to him is, please tell me you've quit drinking. Because if taking a man's life who meant so much to so many people didn't change your bad habit, I don't know what will.
For Community Close-Up, Baovang.